good, y'all? It's your girl, Gabrielle, the affordable fashionista and your internet big sister, and I am back with another video. First things first, I have to say thank you. You guys showed out on that moving vlog video. I had no idea that it was gonna get the response that it got. We have over 4,000 views, and when I started, or when I recorded that video, I had 124 subscribers. Now I have almost 300. That is insane. So I gotta say thank you to you guys. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the love. Thank you for being on this journey with me, okay? Because baby, it's a journey, but we are going to get there, all right? Okay, so as you guys can tell from the title, this is going to be kind of a continuation of the moving vlog. I know there were a few people that had questions about the move, or, you know, people who are getting ready to move. Maybe you've never lived on your own before. I have some quick tips or some things that you want to make sure that you are paying attention to, that you are doing before you move in and after you move in. So yeah, with that said, I won't talk too much. Make sure that you subscribe, okay? I cannot say it enough, y'all. Subscribe to the channel. We are gonna get to 500 this year. We didn't do it last year, but this year, 2024, we are doing it, okay? So make sure that you subscribe, make sure that you like this video, and make sure that you comment down below if you have some moving tips, if you got some living alone tips. I want this to be a community, so please make sure that you put those tips down below in the comment section. Or if you have questions, I do want this video to possibly be a continuation to a part 2, a part 3. So yeah, make sure that you guys comment, and let's jump in. Okay, y'all, so my number one tip for you is when you are looking for an apartment, this is before you move in, before you move out of wherever it is that you're at right now, you want to make sure that you are focusing in on two specific things: safety and affordability. Especially if you are a young woman that's moving, you want to make sure that the complex or the area that you're moving into is a safe area. You do not want to be anywhere where you're afraid to go outside, or when you go outside, you're ducking bullets, or you know, you gotta hurry up and run to your car. You do not want that for yourself. If you're gonna be somewhere spending money, and we all know that rent these days ain't cheap, okay? It ain't cheap. So if you're gonna be somewhere spending money, you wanna be comfortable, you wanna be happy there. So make sure that you are making safety a number one priority on your list when it comes to looking for a place to stay. What I did was I drove around the complex before moving in at night, so I came to see the unit prior to, which is a sidebar thing, y'all. Do not move into a place until you have seen the actual unit that you are going to be staying in, okay? But safety, okay? So I drove around the complex at night before actually moving in, and I got to see what it was going to look like. You also want to focus on affordability, okay? If you know that a place is $1,500, $1,600 and that's out of your budget, don't try to make it stretch. Don't try to make it fit. No, you know that that's not in your budget. You know that that's not going to work for the bills or the income that you have. So make sure that you are paying attention to price and paying attention to safety. My second tip is probably one of the most important things I'll say. You want to save your money like your life depends on it, okay? Even when you think you've saved enough, if you think that $1,000 is enough to move out, you probably are going to need $1,500 to $2,000, and that's just being me. Moving into this current place that I'm in, moving into other places that I've been, I always thought I had enough, and I didn't, okay? So if you are moving out, especially in this day and age when everything is sky high, you want to make sure that you have more than enough. There are gonna be things and expenses that pop up, things that you're gonna have to go and grab, and you wanna have those things. You don't wanna be asking people for it or making bad choices, using your credit card like you're crazy. You definitely wanna make sure that you have liquid cash saved up in a savings account, or if you're a person who's like, I don't really like to keep my money in a savings account, maybe you like to keep cash on you, keep it in a little jar in your room somewhere, but you want to make sure that you have a bunch of money to work with. So in the event that something comes up, in the event that something that you thought was going to be a certain price turns out to be another price, you have it and you're not stressed about it. My next tip may not be doable for some, but I know these last 2 times that I have moved, it definitely has helped. So I am going to say, you need to buy before you get there. And what I mean by that is, this last time that I moved into this current place, I actually, every time that I got paid leading up to moving in here, I would go and get the necessities that I needed, whether that was paper towel, whether that was decor things, whether that was stuff for my kitchen. Like, I set aside money every time I got paid to buy different things that I knew that I was going to need or that I would really, really want moving in. This helps to cut down on a lot of the expenses if you're a person who's like, hey, I can't necessarily get to certain money at a certain time. You definitely want to make sure that you're setting aside maybe $50 to $100 each paycheck leading up to moving to make sure that you have what you need, so that when you move in, you don't have to go to Walmart, Sam's Club, wherever, and drop a bunch of money, okay? It definitely helped me. I pretty much had a lot of what I needed when I moved in. I obviously still need small things, but for the most part, I have my necessities coming in the door. So that first week staying here, I was able to do a lot of stuff that most people aren't able to do because I already had purchased a lot of those things. So yeah, make sure that you are stocking up as you go. This next thing is extremely important for my people who maybe you're moving out of a toxic environment, or you know, maybe this is your first time having your own place. You need to know that not everybody is invited to your place. If you're anything like me, I like having people over. I like having company. But a friend had to actually remind me of this a few months ago, basically saying everybody doesn't need to be in your space. Everybody doesn't need to know where you live. Everybody doesn't need to think that your place is a place that they can just pop into and knock on the door. You need your own peace. And when people come, they don't just come to your place. They come with their energy. They come with their spirits, whatever they may be. So if they have a spirit of anger, if they have a spirit of depression, whatever it is, that spirit is coming to your home right along with them. So you have to be selective about who you allow in your space. You have to be very, very careful to understand that not everybody should have a front row seat to where you are, especially if you're living in a nice place. If you're maybe moving up from an area that's not the best area, you want to make sure that you're protecting yourself. So not everybody is invited to your space. All right, y'all, and this is my last tip and probably the most important thing that I'll say besides the tip about saving. You want to prioritize your needs and not your wants, okay? When you move in, you may be tempted to get a bunch of decor stuff that you really want, or go and get that really nice $4,000 couch, or maybe you're like, hey, I done moved in, I'm finna spruce up my closet. You wanna make sure that you are giving yourself a few months to really get used to the fact that you have rent, get used to the fact that you have to pay lights, that you have to stock your fridge up. Make sure that you are prioritizing what you need and not you want. For instance, I really want a new Glamaholic bag right now, but because that I just moved into this new place, I know that my money needs to go elsewhere right now. I need to make sure that I have food in my refrigerator. I need to make sure that I've got Wi-Fi on, that my lights stay on. So that's not a necessity right now. And you've got to know what's a necessity and what's a want, okay? A necessity is something that you absolutely need to live, okay? You need water, you need food, You need lights, okay? I'm sorry, I don't know about anybody else, but you need your lights on. You need clothes, right? You have to do certain things in order to keep yourself afloat. And when you start focusing in on those wants, you lose sight of your needs, and then that's how you end up in a bad situation. So focus on your needs, not your